nights I'd fallen asleep running game scenarios through my head. How we'd capitalize on a Rustic's mistakes, how we'd score, how we'd win, how we'd feel when we won. And now, with kickoff just minutes away, I couldn't wait for the game to begin. As Mrs. Sear started to wrap up the pep rally, I caught myself lightly bouncing on the balls of my feet. This set off a chain reaction among my teammates. Suddenly, we were all dancing in place, gently shaking out the muscles in our arms and legs. We were ready to play. And before we knew it, the pep rally was over, and the gymnasium was emptying out. I jumped off the stage, bent down, tightened the laces on my soccer shoes one last time, and then wove my way through the crowded hallway toward the back doors. "Go get 'em, Flora!" Mrs. Vanderlip, my English teacher, said as I jogged past. I wanted to give her a big smile and yell, "Thanks, Mrs. V!" But I needed to keep my game face on, so I dipped my head toward her quickly and kept moving through the crowd. I pushed the back doors open. It was weird to have a game scheduled for noon. Usually we played at 4 o'clock, but today we had a half day of school, not on account of the game, but because it was the beginning of harvest break. Every year for 3 weeks in late September and early October, all the schools in our county in northern Maine close so us kids can help get the potato crop in before winter comes. My grandparents own a potato farm, so after today's game, I was going to be picking potatoes all day, every day. That meant no school, no weekends off, and no soccer for 3 straight weeks. When I got out onto the field, though, something didn't feel right. Not with my body. No, my legs were ready to go. It was just... My teammate Rosemary tapped me on the shoulder. Doesn't soccer typically involve 2 teams? I spun around toward the visitor's bench. It was empty. I looked to the parking lot. No rustic yellow bus. "What the—" "Thought so," Rosemary said, and jogged over to Catherine. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw one of the refs yank his whistle up over his head, shove it in his pocket, and then say something to Coach Roy. I watched as Coach kicked over a bench, a rustic's bench. I ran to him. "Coach?" "They're not coming." "What?" "A rustic needed their girls in the fields on account of the cold front coming in tonight," he said. "What?" I said. "Like a 2-hour game is going to make a difference to the harvest?" I kicked a rustic's bench. We watched it slowly try to right itself before gravity won and dumped it into a muddy puddle. "You're kidding me, right?" Coach stepped up onto the bench with one foot, then the other. "Do I look like I'm kidding?" he said and jumped ever so slightly, his body weight causing the bench to sink deeper into the mud. "No, but—" "Go home," Coach said and moved toward the scorer's table. "But—" He glared at me. "Flora!" Before I could turn and walk away, Rosemary jumped on my back. "Suckers," she said. "A rustic's too afraid to play us." I tried to shake Rosemary off, but she wouldn't let go. "Ro!" Catherine pulled off her goalkeeper's gloves. "Easiest win in Acadia history," she said, and buried them in her bag. "Now we're 7-0, and a rustic's no longer undefeated." "That's not the point," I mumbled. "We wanted to beat them fair and square." "A win's a win," Rosemary said and slid off my back. She whispered something to Catherine, and they both looked at me. "So, Flora," Rosemary said, "do you think your grandfather still needs us to pick potatoes this afternoon?" I looked from Rosemary to Catherine. I opened my mouth, but nothing came out. Rosemary continued. "With the game canceled and all, we should hang out at my house for a while." Catherine reached for Rosemary's ponytail and started to braid it. "Yeah," she said, "then we can practice our hair for Harvest Ball." Practice our hair? Were they insane? This was a rustic! For 1 year, all we talked about was how we were going to beat those smirky pains in the butt. How we couldn't wait to play them again. Make them stop wearing those annoying blue state champion jackets and take down those god-awful signs on either end of their town. "Welcome to a rustic, home of the Maine State Girls Soccer Champions." My friends gathered up their bags and started to walk away. I felt as if I were in a dream.